Hello and welcome to another edition of the No Choftes podcast. I'm your host, Stel, and on this edition, I'll be doing an analysis of AEL's defending. I'm going to talk to you about defensive deficiencies. I'm going to talk to you about ball watching, about how their fullbacks love to go forward, and give you some examples of where Omonoia can really get at AEL at the weekend. Now, unfortunately, we suffered a really bad Champions League exit. I know a lot of decisions went against us, but we're Omonoia, Bethia. We're Omonoia, and we will bounce back. We've got the players, we've got the staff, we've got the knowledge, we've got everything that we need to get the 3 points at the weekend and to get our season back on track. So here it is. Enjoy. Now, the first example of AEL's high press can be shown right here. Opening day of the season against Olympiacos. Notice how you got your two central defenders right on the halfway line and your left back is pushed right forward. Now, there isn't a right back in sight. Where is he? I don't know. But for some reason, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in Olympiacos' half. Let's go forward a bit more. Ball is played through. Again, no fullback in sight. You have the left central defender marking the forward right here. And then you have another central defender watching the man. He's not even looking at the ball. But here you have two more Olympiacos forwards breaking forward. Let's go forward again. Ball's played over the top. As you can see, the central defender here is now watching the man, but he does not see the third guy in the middle. The left central defender is too busy focused on this right forward. Ball is played over the top, and now your central defender is too far away from the ball. Notice they have two players over. Forward gets on it. Defender just about gets back, but his body shape is all over the place. He's too busy looking for the ball. He's ready to tackle him with the right foot. Ball's taken to the right-hand side. Defender's all over the place. Player gets the shot in. Good save from the goalkeeper. Now here we have another example of absolutely shambolic defending. Ball is on the flank. Play through to the winger. Now watch this. Watch this defender. First of all, his body shape. I don't know what's going on here. Goes in for a challenge, completely misses it. And now you have a situation where it's 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 3. Ball's played through to the middleman. He's threaded it through. Now you've got 3 defenders in a line. No one is picking up this man. No one at all. This guy is looking at the ball. This guy is looking at the ball. And this guy is looking at the man. Now if they had any composure, he could have played it through to this guy. If this guy here had any urgency, he'd be making a run right across the penalty box, right across through to the penalty spot, 6-yard box. But he doesn't, and the shot goes over the bar. Now this is a perfect example of how a high structured press can work. Adamovic is on the ball close to the halfway line. It's on his right foot, but he's only got 2 options. He can either play the ball forward or play it backwards. At this moment in time, he's surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4 players. A pass forward means that it will be cut out by either one of these 2 players. Right now, because he's pressed by 2, he's only got 1 realistic option, and that's to play it backwards to Medojevic. But watch what happens. Heavy pass, bounces before it reaches Medojevic. Medojevic doesn't adjust his body quick enough. So now he's in a bit of a pickle. What does he do? Does he play it sideways to the fullback, who is already anticipating that pass? He's getting ready to go forward. Now notice AEL have always got fullbacks going forward. So your fullback right here, your right fullback, is getting ready to play the ball forward. Now unfortunately for Medojevic, as I said, he can make a complete meal out of this. So his only option is to play it backwards. Now the ball is poked through by the midfielder that was tracking him. Now if the number 9 right here had anticipated his teammate playing the ball forward, he'd have been in a better position. Great, his body shape is fantastic. He's getting ready to get the ball. But your number 27 here, your centre-back, is already there. He's going to make that challenge, and he's conceded a free kick. However, if the number 9 had anticipated the pass or the poke through, you've got a man right here on the left-hand side, because your right-back is nowhere to be seen. In fact, he's about 20 yards up the pitch. This is another flaw in AEL's system. Now here we go. An hour into the game, AEL a goal up, and yet they're chasing a second goal. But they're hit on the counter-attack. They have 3 men already close to the halfway line, a 4th man anticipating the pass. Now Olympiacos now have 1, 2, 3 against 2. Ball is played forward to the wide man. This guy right here is getting ready to make a run through in between the two central defenders. This defender here is watching the ball. This defender here is watching the man, which means you have the number 9 on the right-hand side. Unfortunately for Olympiacos, right here, as you can see, the man is calling for the ball to be played early. If the forward threads it through, effectively, it's 2 versus 1. But what does he do? He chooses to continue running. The pass is too late, and he's offside. And now for Olympiacos' equaliser, which is the perfect case of ball watching. Free kick comes in the box. No one is watching the man on the back stick. Over the top, right there. Wins the ball in the air. Now notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players all watching the ball. This guy right here has got the option to pick up this guy or this guy. Unfortunately, he does nothing. Absolutely nothing. By the time he reacts, it's too late. Your central defender isn't anywhere near the striker and he heads it in the back of the net. 1-1. Now, I've watched this one 10, 15 times and I still cannot comprehend why, in the 94th minute, you have so many men forward. Close the game off. Keep it tight. What happens? You're caught on the counter-attack. Watch this. Ball played over the top. It's 3 versus 3. What on earth is going on? And look at the space that this forward has in between the two central defenders. This midfielder's got nowhere to go. He's not going to catch him. Where are their fullbacks? Where are they? I don't see any of them. The pace he's got is absolutely rapid. Absolutely rapid, and he gets brought down. Absolutely rapid. And see, this is the thing. When I see counter-attacking football, I enjoy it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But when I see defending like that, if they go into the game against us at the weekend with that sort of mentality, we're going to absolutely destroy them. Now on to the next game against Salamina. 35 minutes in, corner, and what you'll see is the zonal marking effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders across the 6-yard box, 3 midfielders across the penalty spot. Notice this man on the edge of the box. No one is picking him up. They're all too busy either marking men here or watching the ball. Ball's played into the box. Doesn't beat the first man. It's headed away. Again, everyone is watching the ball. Everyone. Even the number 7 who should be on the 24. Watching the ball. This man still unmarked. Breaks out to him. Now look at this fella right here. What you want is for him to be chasing the ball down. Watch what he does. Turns his back on the ball. So now, not only has he turned his back on the ball, these guys cannot see where the ball is going. Ball deflects out to the forward. Goalkeeper's already moved. What happens? Puts it in the back of the net. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now here's where I highlight the importance of tracking a man and being first to the second ball. Here you have your left back popping the ball in the air. The forward does a fantastic job chesting it to this man here, your attacking midfielder. Defender does get close to him, to be fair, but he doesn't do enough. Notice how your attacking midfielder is 10-15 yards away from the nearest man. In fact, there's another fella here that's about 10-15 yards away, but they don't get anywhere near him. Ball breaks to the attacking midfielder. Great first touch, great control. Now, on this occasion, he chooses to shoot. What you won't see on the right-hand side is your winger making a darting run. Now, an intelligent ball would have played him through first time. So effectively, he's got the opportunity to have 2 players making a darting run around the penalty spot. Ball saved by the goalkeeper. Now it falls to your winger. But unfortunately, for Salamina, they don't have anyone in the box. However, AEL only have 1 man on this occasion. Unfortunately for Salamina, ball is absolutely terrible. And by the time he's popped the ball in the box or popped it wide, you got 3 defenders plus 1 makes it 4. Absolutely terrible. And again, another example of ball watching and not tracking your man. Again, your left back has the ball. Great ball into the box. Here you have a central defender on your striker. You have another defender right in the middle looking at the ball. But no one is tracking this man right here. Now, if this guy gets the ball and is composed enough, he has 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 players darting into the box. These 3 central midfielders, none of them are busting a gut to track him down. Ball's played to him, wins the ball, no problem. Right here, they're fine. Defensively, they're fine. In fact, this man is offside. Defensively, they're fine. This guy can follow this guy. This guy's on here, and you've got a spare man over here. In fact, if he's tracking the runner right here, you've got no problems. Unfortunately, this guy is too far. It's too far. The guy was on his right foot already. That's his better foot. Still no tracking. No tracking whatsoever. But now this guy is ready for a pass. He is too busy watching the ball. He's watching the ball. He's watching the ball. You got 2 men on 1 and you got a guy over. This guy could be following this guy here or supporting his midfielder. But no. Here we go. Number 10 drags it too far out wide. By that time, he's got 2 men on him already. But again, if you're smart enough, cut back, could have played it to your number 5 right here, and you got 3 players in the box. 3 versus 3. But he chooses to shoot. Now, if I was AEL's head coach, I would be pulling my hair out right now. Notice you have your left winger or your left back, top of the screen, acres of space. Watch what happens. Ball's played over the top. No problems whatsoever. He's still got enough time to make a gaffe. I don't know what he wants to do, but he's got no one tracking him. Here, no problem. 4 versus 2. Okay, try 4 versus 3. Not a problem at all. You're still thinking, no problem. No danger whatsoever. Left back bombs forward, pops it in the box. Now, you have 1, 2, 3 men in the box. 3 versus 3. He's had so much time to pop it in the box that you've got enough men in the box to cause hassle. Ball's played over the top, wins it in the air. Now look at this guy. Right on the penalty spot, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 players surrounding him. 4 players surrounding him. Now, if he's got his body shape right, which so far he looks okay, he's going to put that in the back of the net. However, he chooses to bring it down, and now it's too late. He's already surrounded by 4 players. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then again, he's still got a teammate here who could effectively pop it off to this guy. Recycle it. Here we go. Wins the ball back. Now, he's in acres of space. No one's surrounding him. He's got 1, 2 players and potentially a third. He's man-marked, but he's got the option to lay it off here. The nearest man, nearest man, I use that term loosely. Look at that. Absolutely shambolic. But they get away with it. I think by now you noticed the theme of this video is that AEL's defenders love to ball watch. Another perfect example. Fullback loses the ball, he's dispossessed. Now you got options. Forward has played it to centre forward right here. You got another man here that's calling for the ball. Acres of space. Number 4, back turned, no interest whatsoever. By the time it's played through to him, he's in acres of space. This guy right here, nowhere near him. Unfortunately for Salamina, puts it over the bar. Right, AEL's first loss of the season came against AEL. Now, if you're watching this one at the moment, AEL look pretty organised. You've got 4 defenders there, you've got your holding midfielder getting ready, 2 more central midfielders support, and possibly this guy. Now, ball's played to the guy out wide, pops it wide. Now watch this, look at this space, look at the space this guy's got. 20 yards? 20 yards space? No one picking him up. Okay, you got the striker in an offside position. But by the time the defenders get back, he's ready. He's ready for a layoff. Unfortunately for AEL, goalkeeper comes out and collects the ball. You see, with the attacking threat we have, especially in wide areas, playing against AEL this weekend, if they set their stall out in this way, will absolutely destroy him. If Shehu's playing, if Asante's playing, if Boltiak is playing, Johnny's, we'll get them. On this occasion, look at your right back, up here. No pressure whatsoever. Okay, he's under a little bit of pressure, but nothing major. Watch what happens. Messes about on the ball, too much dithering, dispossessed. Now you have 1 versus 1 here. Ball's breaking through. Poor touch there, but again, play him. Play him in. Because you got 1 versus 1. In fact, you got 2 versus 1. This man is busting out to get back, but he can't. He's not quick enough. Poor ball. Good connection though. Good turn. Poor finish. To play a high line, you need defenders that are intelligent and defenders that are quick. Now, right at this moment in time, AEL have 3 defenders. Right up here. Very high line. In fact, they're closer to the centre circle than they are their own penalty box. But at the bottom of your screen, you've got your winger. You have your attacking midfielder tracking back, but the distance is too long. Your number 17, your defender, he's got his back to the winger. Ball's taken now, he's turned. He took a quick look. This guy's ready to run. Here we go. Ball's popped over the top. Look at the distance. Look at the distance. You've got a 10-yard gap. And now, you've got about 20 yards between the midfielder and the winger. Now, to be fair, the winger doesn't control the ball very well. It's poor touch, but he's got options. He's got his fullback. Now, the fullback can either overlap or go down the middle, because this guy, is he concerned about your fullback or is he concerned about the winger where he's going to play the ball? Now, right now, look at the top of your screen. 1v1, but you've got another man getting ready to make a darting run into the box. Ball's played to the fullback. It's an okay first touch, but he beats the first defender. Gets past the second one and lays it off to the winger, who again is in acres of space. Right now, you've got 2 men calling for the ball and a third man here. So effectively, you have 2 versus 1 here, 1v1 here, and 1 at the top. Now, effectively, you're kind of expecting this guy to trap this runner and this one to go back. However, both of them are too busy looking at the ball. This guy is looking at the ball. This guy is looking at the ball. These 2 are looking at the ball. In fact, the only person, as you can see, this guy's got his outstretched arm right here on the centre forward. So effectively, you're kind of expecting him to stay on this one. But these 2, acres of space. But unfortunately for AEL, the ball is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. He's decided to play it chest high. Play it low across the box. When you got it low across the box, you've got this guy here, you've got this guy here, and effectively, you might even have this guy. Put enough power on the ball, you're zipping it across the face of the goal. And you've got a 4th man. So right now, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 7. There you go. Again, these are AEL's deficiencies. You got your fullback right here, who's too busy focused on not even getting anywhere near the man. But where's your right back? He's not picking up this guy. So this is what I said before. We can get at AEL on the flanks. Sometimes you just have to question what coaches do when it comes to defensive training. Look at this example right here. You have 1, 2, 3 AEL players in the box, a spare man here, and your number 10 completely unmarked. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No problem so far, although your spare man is over here. Ball's played out to him. Great control. Now, you got your fullback overlapping. So, your wide man has an option to play it down the flank. He's got an option to play it square. He's got an option to play it behind him. He's got an option to pop it in the box to these guys here. Because this guy is completely unmarked. You have 3 players. 3 players bunched together. Why? I don't know. This guy should be more focused on this one. Just watch the man. If this guy stays tight here, then this guy can watch this one overlap. You got 1 following this one. Okay, the distance is too big. But again, you got to question where these guys are. Here we go. Your fullback makes your overlap. This guy decided to go with the runner. Completely ignored the man on the ball. Now, he's got a 5-yard gap here and he can switch it to his right foot. This guy is getting ready for the shot, so he wants to come across to block it. But again, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th man at the top. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. Is he tracking this man? Is he waiting for the shot? He's pointing this way. I don't know what he's doing. But again, look at this. Look at this positioning. You've got your fullback still here, unmarked, because these guys are too busy looking at the ball. They're not ready. This guy could just basically do a reverse pass to this guy and be on his own. You got your 2 men in the box. This guy's unmarked. The central defender isn't anywhere near him. You got another fella here, and you got a 3rd man at the top. So your options, wow, unbelievable. And even when he goes to shoot, even when he shapes to shoot, you have 3 players getting ready to block the ball. This guy is in acres of space. He's onside. You can tell he's onside. This guy's putting him on. This guy's putting him on. This guy's putting him on. So he's still got options. He could even lay it off to this guy. Wow, unbelievable. And still the shot comes in. Still the shot comes in, hits the post. Ball falls out, and they recycle it. Now this is where AEL are very, very dangerous on the counter-attack. But at this moment in time, AEL seem pretty fine. They've got a bank of 4 right here. Okay, your wide man has got acres of space. But what I would be concerned about isn't this back line. I'd be concerned about these 2 players here not tracking back quick enough. I'd be concerned as to why no one is following this runner or even this runner at the top. But let's not worry about him for the time being because he's out the picture. The ball is at the bottom. Unless the ball's going to be switched across, which you know it's not going to be, you're more focused on this part of the pitch. Here we go. The fullback is overlapping. Now, he's got options. He can either play it to centre forward, play it square, or play it down the flank. He plays it inside. Now, you got a situation that is very, very dangerous for AEL. Notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4 players in like an L shape. But no one is picking up this guy. No one is picking up this guy, even though you got about a 5-yard distance here. And still no one is on the fullback. However, top of your screen, you're thinking, well, where's the runner? Just watch. Here we go. Out the blue, out of nowhere like Randy Orton. Here he is. Your left back is too busy focused on the ball. He's not watching the man. You've got your centre forward here getting ready to make a run across into the penalty box, across the penalty spot. And you also have another man getting ready to move in behind the 2 central defenders that are too busy watching the ball. Again, you still got your left back here. Ball's played through. Lovely pass. Now, he's got, I'd say, 3 options. He can play it to Saha. He can play it across the 6-yard box, cut inside and shoot. In fact, he can even lay it back to the passer on the edge of the box. What does he do? Cuts in. Now, what does he do? Does he shoot? Does he lay it off? Well, in that situation, you'd want him to shoot. But then again, you got the spare man here, acres of space. He shoots, great save from the goalkeeper near post. Now to AEL's winning goal. Again, same situation as I've said on numerous occasions in this video. No fullbacks in sight. Ball is roughly on the centre circle, close to the halfway line. You've got a runner on the right hand side, no one marking him. You've got another runner on the left hand side, no one marking him. But the ball goes to the left back. Watch how much space, look how much ground he covers. Look how much space he has right here to run into. No one is tracking him, only this guy, and it's a half-assed attempt. And he runs, and he runs, and he runs, and he plays to Damari. Now you're looking at Damari, you're thinking, okay, there's still no problems. You've got your fullback covering him, you've got a central midfielder running back, 2 centre-backs, and your left back is on Zaha. But what you'll notice about a striker like Zaha, he will always make a darting run. He'll make an arching run into the box. Here we go. Damari gets the ball, takes it to the defender. Now, you've only got 1 man in the box. There's no problem. There's no threat. You've got your left back covering the striker. You've got your 2 central defenders. No problem whatsoever. They're too busy watching the ball, as you'd expect. No one's looking at this guy. But what happens here is absolutely comical. Ball's whipped into the box. Why this defender is jumping into the ball to try to cut it out is beyond me. Alright, your centre forward, he's got a lot of space there. But if your left back is covering him, if your central defender is covering him, cool. Just tell him, clear it. You don't have to dive in, control it. What does he do? He slices it, puts it in his own net. This is comical. And this is why Omonoia are going to absolutely tear AEL to bits at the weekend. Mark my words. Now on to AEL's recent defeat at AEK. And AEK's equaliser came from, again, out wide. But if you look at the defender's positioning at the moment, it doesn't look too bad. You got your central defender on your forward here. And Trikovsky, okay, fair enough, he's on his own. But at the same time, the defender has got enough space or enough time to cover him. But what happens is beyond comical. Ball's popped into the box. Goalkeeper and defender both go for the ball. Now, this is where communication is key. If the defender says it's mine, the goalkeeper stays. Why the goalkeeper comes out, I don't know why. But if he's going to go for the ball, number 1, you call for the ball. And number 2, you clear house. It doesn't matter if you kill your defender trying to punch the ball out of the way. You get rid of the ball. Tchaikovsky is standing here. He's like, oh my God, this is comical. Ball falls to him and is poked in. Again, farcical defending. I mean, you look at, I don't know why this guy's got his arm up for offside. This guy has got his arms out saying, hey, Gumbare, what are you doing? It's an absolute joke. Okay, so the game is locked at 1 apiece. Right now, what you can see in front of you is what we in England call head loss. Okay? AEL have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players forward. 8 players forward in an attack. But watch this counter. Ball's played over the top. You got 1 versus 2. But notice here, you've got a second striker bombing forward. The rest, they're jogging back. They're not attempting to track back. Look at this. He's got time on the ball. He could play it square. He could pop it over the top. In fact, if I go forward a bit more, you have a third man in support. So effectively, it's 3 versus 3. But what does he do? Instead of laying it off to his strike partner, he puts it over the bar. Now, this is another example as to why the likes of Galicener, the likes of Duris, maybe Gaguliz, can really, really make the most of the space that they will receive in the penalty box. Notice how the ball is broken through to the wide man. At this moment in time, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders in the box. However, your centre forward is completely unmarked. All 4 defenders are looking at the ball. No one is looking at this man who's on his own. No one is looking at the centre forward, and no one is looking at the man on the edge of the box. Ball's pinged in, and look at the space that he has. When the ball falls to him, which I'm going to press play in a minute so you can see what he does. As you can see, he's got so much time to bring the ball down. In fact, he's probably got enough time to bring the ball down, even lay it off to this man. But watch what he does. Takes a swing at it and completely messes it up. Now on to Ajax winner. And again, I'm stressing the importance of movement, the importance of making the most of the spaces that you have. Notice right now, you have a situation where it's effectively 2 versus 2. Your 2 central defenders are spread apart. There are no fullbacks. The fullback area are absolutely bare. I mean, the closest guy you got here, and he's about 50 yards from the penalty box, 60 yards if that. Ball's taken by the midfielder. Again, he's hardly challenged. He's got 2 men around him, but they're not doing anything. He's got 2 options. He could play over the top, or he can ping it out wide. Watch what he does. Beautiful ball over the top. Now, look at the space that the striker has. Look at the run that he made. I'm going to fast forward, rewind it a little bit. Here we go. Look at his run. Look at that run. In fact, he's timed it so well that he's got time to bring it down and put it in the top corner. That is a beautiful goal. Absolutely beautiful. You enjoyed the analysis of AEL's defensive deficiencies. Granted, we may see a completely different AEL at the weekend. I guess that they've done their homework. I guess they're going to be ready for us. They've had a week's break. And they will be set to come to the ACB and get a good result. But at the same time, I'm very confident that we're going to get a win at the weekend. We're going to bounce back stronger than ever. I have faith in these players. I have faith in the coach. And I'm certain that we're going to get the 3 points at the weekend. Bameshilla Kamu.